Hello everyone, welcome back to ng.classes. I hope you all like my previous video, and if it helped you, please do subscribe my channel. And yes, if you want me to discuss any other topic, please comment in the comment box. So today we are going to discuss data handling. Now what's data handling? Data handling means to handle a set of data. Like if after your final exam, I am having marks of each and every students of my class like this one. This is the raw data I am having. Heli's marks Hindi, in English, in mathematics and in science. Similarly, other students marks as well. I can arrange this data like this one in a table. So whenever I have to check who got highest in Hindi, I can just go through the list of Hindi and can check the highest marks in Hindi. Similarly, if I need to find who got highest in mathematics, I will just go through the list of mathematics and will find who got highest in maths. And if I need to check who got highest total, I will just go through the total marks of each and every student and can check who got highest. So if I need to check highest among these three students, Heli got 332, Rohan got 304 and Anamika got 357. Who got highest among these three? It's Anamika, that is 357, right? So I have represented this data as per my convenience, but there are certain specific way to represent the data so that just by observing the data we can analyze it easily. One by one, each and every method we will discuss in detail. Like pictograph. This is the pictorial representation of data. Here, number of car manufactured by a company in 3 different months is given. Here, one car stands for 100 car. So in the month of January, number of car manufactured by the company. Here, this stands for 100. This stands for 100. This car stands for 100 as well as this stands for 100. So what is the total number of car manufactured by the company in the month of January? It's 400, right? Similarly, if I need to check what is the total number of car manufactured by the company in the month of February, I will take this plus this plus this. I will just add all these three and it's 300, right? In the month of March, it's 200. So this is the pictorial representation of data, but it take a lot of time to draw a certain figure and to represent it. So rather than representing our data every time in pictorial representation, it will be easier for us to represent it by using bar graph, which you have already done in your previous class. So what is bar graph? By drawing a rectangle, we represent our data, whether it's a number of car, number of books or number of students like this one. So here in this bar graph, number of student in class 7 for different sessions is represented over here. So for 2003 and 2004, number of student is given. For 4 and 5, number of students are given over here. For 5 and 6, number of students represented over here, and for 6 and 7 as well. So for the session 2003 and 2004, number of students in class 7, it's 50. Similarly, for 4 and 5, it's 100. For 5 and 6, 150, and for 6 and 7, it's 200. So in this session, the number of students were maximum, it's in 2006 and 2007. It's easier to analyze, right? Similarly, we are having another form of representation of data, that is double bar graph. Whenever we have to compare two different things, then we will use double bar graph. So here, marks obtained by student for different sessions are compared over here. Blue is representing marks obtained in the session 2005 and 6, and the orange one is representing marks obtained by the students in the session 2006 and 2007. So we can compare it easily. In mathematics, marks obtained by the students in 5 and 6, it's 30. And in 6 and 7, in mathematics only, marks obtained by the students is 60. Same way, we can take out marks of the other subjects as well. And if the question is in which subject, marks obtained by the students in both the subjects were same, easily we can say just by observing the bar graph that it's in Hindi, right? Now arranging data using tally marks. What is this tally marks? Let's understand this one with the help of one survey. Suppose I am doing a survey in my class and I want to know the number of students like different subjects. Like how many students are there who like arts, the number of students who like mathematics, number of students who like science, as well as the number of students who like English. So what I can do, one by one, I can go to them and ask which subject you like the most. So suppose I have gone to the first student and asked which subject you like the most, and he said he likes science the most. So I am recording the data like this one. Okay, one student likes science. Now go on to the next one and ask which subject you like the most, and he said I like English the most. Similarly, go on to the third one and ask which subject you like the most, and the third one told he likes science the most. So I am writing data like this. But there is a problem. If I write data like this one, at last I need to count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I'll miss one line, there will be mistake. So instead of writing like this one, tally marks suggests to write the data like this one. If this one is equals to 7, then I can represent 7 like 1, 2, 3, 4. For every fifth number, just make a diagonal stroke. This means 5 according to tally marks representation. Now I need to represent 7, so 5 and 2 more. Similarly, here for mathematics, how many students are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 students are there. Now we know how to represent 5 according to tally marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. For every fifth number, a diagonal stroke. This means 5. Got it? Similarly, for science, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 students are there. So rather than keep on drawing a line, we can write 1, 2, 3, 4. For fifth number, a diagonal stroke. This is called 5 and one more. That's 6. Okay. For English, the number of students are 4. Easily we can count 4. There is no rule in tally marks for representation of 4. Just 4 line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you will ask if the number of students are more than like 10, 20, how we will represent that one? So let's see. If the number of students are more than 10 or its larger number, in tally marks we will represent. If it is 10, you can represent it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now no need to count it. Whoever will see this tally marks representation, they will understand this means 5, this means 5 and 5 means 10. Okay. Similarly, we can represent 20, 30, 40. Very easy, right? And now we will solve one question based on tally marks. So our question is, the weekly wages of 30 workers in a factory are, these are the given data. Using tally marks, make a frequency table and intervals as, here it is mentioned how we need to take the intervals. It's 800 to 810, 810 to 820. Like this, we need to take the intervals. Here, at first, we will understand how to do grouping of data. At first, we will take the interval 800 to 810. After that, we will take the interval 810 to 820 and then 820 to 830. Here, in the first interval, we will consider all the numbers starting from 800. 1, 802 till 809 we will take for this interval. We will not take 810 in this interval. Now we will take 810 in the other interval, that is 810 to 820. Here it will start from 810, 811 till 819. So while taking the number, we always consider the lower limit, but we will not take the upper limit. So let's solve it. When we will collect the data, we will get something like this one. From 800 to 810, how many numbers are there? It's 3. From 810 to 820, 2 numbers are there. Now we need to represent it in tally marks, which is very simple. If 3 numbers are there, we can represent 1, 2, 3. Right? If 2 numbers are there, we can write 1, 2. If 1 number is there, we will write 1. Okay, one line will represent 1. If 9 is there, we can write 1, 2, 3, 4. For every fifth number, a diagonal stroke we will give. This means 5. Now 9 is there, it means 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, we will represent the rest of the numbers. So at last we will get something like this after the representation in tally marks. And this is the solution. So simple, right? And now we will discuss the concept of histogram. Now what is histogram? I have taken the previous question only to understand the concept of histogram. Here the weekly wages of 30 worker, the data is given over here using tally mark. At first we need to make the frequency table, and then with the help of frequency table we will make the histogram. So previous frequency table only I am going to use for this question. So this is our frequency table. Now with the help of this one, we will plot a bar graph, and at last that bar graph will contain a shape of histogram. Here we need to be careful with the condition that our interval must be continuous interval. Now what is continuous interval? Here the way we have taken 800 to 810. Now the next interval must start from 810 only. Like this one, 810 to 820. Here the next interval, it must start from 820. So 820 to 830. There must not be a gap. Like if I am starting the interval from 800 to 810. Then the next interval 811 to 820. After that I am writing 821 to 830. Now this is not a continuous interval because after 810 it is started from 811. So this is not a continuous intervals. Here I have taken continuous interval, and when we will represent our continuous group with the help of bar graph, that will contain a shape of histogram. Like this one. Here at first I have plotted x-axis, then I have plotted y-axis. All the frequency I have arranged on y-axis, and on x-axis I have written the groups 800 to 810, 810 to 820. See, there is no gap in between the groups, and this figure is called histogram. Okay. Now after plotting the histogram, we need to answer few questions. So our question is, which group has maximum number of workers? Check it. Which group is having maximum number of workers? It's 830 to 840. Clearly visible in this graph, right? So for question number 1, it's 830 to 840. This interval or this group contain maximum number of workers. Now the next question is, how many workers earn 850 rupees and more? Let me check. 850 and more. How many? 1 plus 3, 4. Then plus 1, 5, 6 and 4. 10 workers, right? So number of workers who earn 850 and more, it's 10. Now how many workers earn less than 850? Check it. Less than 850, here 5, then 9, 14, 1, 15, 16, 17 and plus 3, 20. So less than 850, I am counting from here. Okay. So the number of workers are 20. And we solve our question. And now we will discuss circle or pie chart. We will understand this one with the help of one example. So our question is, a survey was made to find the type of music that a certain group of young people like in a city. Adjoining pie chart shows the finding of this survey. Where is our adjoining pie chart? It's talking about this pie chart. Here, different types of music liked by the people is mentioned in this pie chart, where 40% people like light music, 30% like folk, 10% like classical, and 20% like semi-classical. Now, on the basis of given pie chart, we need to answer the following question. So, our question is, if 20 people like classical music, how many young people were surveyed? If the number of people are 20 who like classical music, we need to find the total number of people. So, let's come to the pie chart. See, classical music. What's the percentage of people who like classical music? It's 10%, right? In percentage, it is 10%, and in number, according to the question, it is 20. So, 10% of total number of people in number is 20, which is given in the question. Now we need to find the total number of people from here. So 10 by 100. This of in mathematics means multiplication into total is equals to 20. And from here we will get the total number of people is 200. Similarly, we will solve the next question. Which type of music is liked by the maximum number of people? Now, just by observing this pie chart, you will be able to answer which type is liked by the maximum number of people. So, here 40% people like light music, 30% like folk, 10% like classical music, and 20% like semi-classical. So, 40% in percentage is maximum. So, in number also, it will be maximum only. So, which type of music is liked by the maximum number of people? It's light music. Okay, so number 2 answer will be light music, that is 40%. Now number 3. Our question number 3 is, if the cassette company were to make 1000 CD, how many of each type would they make? If a cassette company is making total 1000 CD, then we need to find each type of CD. So according to the interest of the people only, the cassette company will make the CD. So if 40% people like light music, then definitely 40% CD from the total will be for light music, right? Similarly, 30% people like folk, then 30% cassette they will make for folk music. Okay, so one by one we need to find each. So if the total number of cassettes are 1000, the number of light music cassette will be 40% of 1000, which means 400. Similarly, for folk, it will be 300. For classical music, the number of cassettes will be 100. And for semi-classical music, the number of cassettes will be 200. So these are the number of cassettes. Now our next question from pie chart is the adjoining pie chart. Where is our adjoining pie chart? It's talking about this pie chart. What's this representing? It gives the marks scored in an examination by a student in Hindi, English, mathematics, social science and science. If the total marks obtained by the student were 540, answer the following question. So this pie chart is representing marks scored by a student in different subjects, in social science, in Hindi, English and mathematics. And here, see carefully, the marks is given in degree. Earlier, the data was provided to us in percentage. Here, we are having the data in degree. So, Marks score in social sciences 65 degree. Marks score in science it's 80 degree. Marks score in Hindi is 70 degree. In English he got 55 degree and in mathematics it's 90 degree. When you will add this all it will make 360 degree, which means a circle only. Okay, one complete revolution. So this way data is provided to us and we need to answer the following question on the basis of the given data, where the first question is in which subject did the student score 105 marks. So one by one we need to take out the marks of social science, science, Hindi, English and mathematics. So let's do it. So his marks in social science, at first we'll find total marks obtained by the student. It's given as 540. So according to the question, total marks is 540. In degree, total is 360 degree for a circle or a pie chart. Okay, and what we need to find for social science, which one is representing social science? 65 degrees. So into 65. Now calculate it. So we got his marks in social sciences 97.5. Similarly, we will find for the other subjects as well. And this way we will get marks in each and every subject. For social science it's 97.5, for science it's 120, for Hindi it's 105. Till here we need to find only, because the question is asking about in which subject he got 105. So no need to go ahead. I have taken out other marks as well so that it will be easier to solve another questions. So in which subject he got exactly 105? It's in Hindi. Alright, now the next question is how many more marks were obtained by the student in mathematics than in Hindi? Okay, so it means what's the difference between the marks of mathematics and the marks of Hindi? Now here we know the marks of mathematics, that is 135. We know his marks in Hindi, that is 105. So what is like how many more marks he got in mathematics than in Hindi? Just find the difference between 135 and 105. It's 30, right? And that's the answer of the next question. Now the next question is examine whether the sum of marks obtained in social science and mathematics is more than that in science and Hindi. Check it, the marks obtained by him in social science and mathematics, the sum of these two, and the marks obtained by him in science and Hindi. Which one is more? Okay. So do it. Social science plus maths. So after doing the addition, we got this one. From social science and math marks, the combined marks is 232.5 and science and Hindi combined marks is 225. Now we need to check whether this one, social science plus mathematics, is greater than science plus Hindi or not. So definitely 232.5 is larger than 225. So yes, it's more than that. So here, examine whether the sum is more than that or not. So we will say yes, it's more. Okay, very simple, right? And now our last question is from probability. All the questions from probability section in your class is based on the previous class concept only. So let's solve this question. Here number 1 to 10 are written on a separate slip. Separate slips are there like this. And number 1 to 10 are written on the slip. Like the one slip is containing number 1, another one is containing number 2, third one is containing number 3, like that. Kept in a box and mixed well. One slip is chosen from the box without looking into it. What is the probability of getting a number 6? So what will be the probability? Number of possible outcome by total number of outcome. So what is the total number of outcome? How many slips we are having in total? That is 10. And how many number of slip will contain 6? Only one slip will be there which will contain the number 6. So one slip will be there. So what is the probability? The probability is 1 by 10. Got it? Similarly, getting a number less than 6. So what will be the possible outcome? Less than 6, it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5. Okay, these are the number which is less than 6. How many number we are having? 5 number. And what is the total number of outcome? It's 10 only. So probability of getting a number less than 6 will be 5 by 10. It means 1 by 2. Got it? Similarly, we will do the third one, getting a number greater than 6. It can be 7, it can be 8, it can be 9, and it can be 10. So how many number in total we are having? Total favorable outcome is 4. So we will write 4. By total number of outcome is 10. It means 2 by 5 is the probability of getting a number greater than 6. Got it? Similarly, we will do fourth one, getting a one digit number. How many number we are having which contain only one digit? So 1, 2, 3. All the numbers are one digit number except 10. So till 9, all the numbers contain one digit only. So what is the favorable number of outcome? It's 9. So favorable number of outcome by total number of outcome is 10. So 9 by 10 is the probability of getting a number, getting a one digit number. Got it? We solved this question based on the previous concept only. I hope you understood the data handling chapter very well. Thanks for watching the video.